Hey everyone, this is a new series I'm starting called 10 of My Favorite Minutes in Music. Now don't get the title wrong, this isn't going to be about a 10-minute song that I enjoy, but more specifically, 10-minute long sections from 10 songs that I really enjoy a whole lot. So first up we have Years of Silent Sorrow by Immortal. Now we're going to be talking about the very end of this song for this clip, after pretty much pummeling you with different types and styles of riffs throughout the entire song. I mean, listen to the whole song, it's great. But this moment specifically is so powerful whenever they just hit the low E power chord muted and then they trim pick some triad or whatever you want to call it, being fancy. But what makes this section so special is the chord choices and the notes that they use. For example, whenever they go from the C sharp sus with the flat 6 right down back to the E where they started off with the power chord, it's just great. And it's also a really cool detail having those trim picked single notes in between. But yeah, here, just check it out for yourself. Next up, we have a very criminally underrated band and album. So this is Remember the Future Part 1 by Nectar. So a quick tangent about this band, you should really check them out. They're fairly unknown, but they've made some incredible music. For example, this part in Part 1 of Remember the Future. So this section of the song is where they just have 3 basic chords that they play with for a little bit until they go up higher than that and then a little bit higher. And that's when it really starts to evolve. I also love the arpeggio in between it. It just makes for a really good place to fall back on, and it's just so damn smooth, especially when the vocals from Roy Albrighton join in. Very underrated musician. Check out Nectar, check out Roy Albrighton, check out the story behind it. And yeah, here's the clip from it. Next up we have Tyrants by Immortal from their album Sons of Northern Darkness. So for this clip, I've selected the part in the middle of the song where they go into this really beautiful clean guitar triplet section for a little bit. Just some really great chord and note choices here. But just when you get comfortable with it, they kick back into the song harder than ever before, with the double kick going crazy, a really agonizing scream from the vocalist, the guitars and bass just pounding away. Just the amazing use of dynamics here. It's just so incredibly impactful whenever they come back in after that little clean section for a little bit. I mean, the whole song is great. The whole album is great. There's a reason they're on here twice. So yeah, check out this song, check out Immortal. Here's the clip from it. Next is going to be All I Need by Radiohead off of In Rainbows. So for this section, once again, I chose the very end of the song. These bands seem to have a great ability to make the end of the song the most impactful, which I mean makes sense because it makes you want to repeat the song again. Anyways, for this one, I chose the end of the song here, where we start with some pretty minimalist drums and some pianos slowly starting to join in, as well as some gorgeous strings coming in. But it's just so amazing how the whole thing gradually builds up, and then the lyrics come in. It's all wrong, it's all right. To me, the lyrics seem to be about maybe some type of lost love or something, because he keeps repeating over and over again, it's all wrong, it's all right, which to me says, oh, it's all wrong that they don't love me, and it's all right because it's not the end of the world anyways. But anyways, I don't want to get sappy and into it too much. It's almost like all the instruments get more emotional as well, just like a human voice would. It's just really an amazing ending to an amazing song. And yeah, here's a clip from it. My next choice, we have Eclipse, which is actually the ending of Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, my favorite Pink Floyd album. To really understand why the ending of this song is so amazing, you have to listen to the full album first. I mean, I don't know who the fuck hasn't listened to Dark Side of the Moon, must be living under a rock or something. Again, the way that it just builds up and builds up and builds up until it gets to this point of no matter what you do, the sun is still eclipsed by the moon. In the context of the entire album, that's such an amazing line. And here's a clip from it.
And all that you give, and all that you deal, and all that you buy, beg, borrow, or steal, and all you create, and all you destroy, and all that you do, and all that you say, and all that you eat, and everyone you meet, and all that you slight, and everyone you fight, and all that is now, and all that is gone, and all that's to come, and everything under the sun is its due, and the sun is eclipsed by the moon.
Next up, we have Orion by Metallica, which is probably my favorite song off of Master of Puppets. Maybe tied with the title track, but anyways, we're here to talk about Orion. For the portion of the song I chose here, it's the middle section, where we hear Cliff's beautiful bass, the natural harmonics in the background, Lars' drum fill into that beautiful 3-part guitar harmony. With the bending, it just feels so euphoric. I don't know how you even come up with something like that. It's just amazing. It just has a really hypnotizing sound to it, almost like it makes you feel like you're floating. It's also in 3/4 time, which is waltz time, which is another pretty cool detail about it. It's just a really calming, beautiful sound. Probably a lot of people would not expect from a metal song. A lot of it was Cliff's doing. He was pretty much a genius. Rest in peace. And here's the clip. Next is Symbiotic in Theory by Necrophagist off of the album Epitaph. This time around, I've chosen a section of the song that includes so many amazing parts to it. It really shows how multifaceted this band is. All the parts that you're about to hear in this clip that are so different yet so similar but still fit perfectly together. This clip starts off with some amazing lead guitar harmonies, and then we get this really bass prominent section with just some chords ringing out in the background. For a little bit, there's some trademark Necrophagist just madness going on, just a flurry of notes and the drums just going crazy. And then at the end of this clip, we actually get to hear just a little bit of that breakdown, which is probably one of my favorite from the album. I mean, the whole album is an incredible display of musicianship, but yeah, this clip really just shows the diversity of the band. These were all from the same song, and they're packed right next to each other. It seems like it should not work, but it really does. And yeah, here's the clip. Next up, we have Let Down by Radiohead. So much like All I Need, this is at the end of the song. It's a really powerful moment that just builds up and builds up. They're just so great at writing really emotional parts that just keep getting more intense, and they just really, like I said earlier, they just really pull you in. One part that I really love in this section that I've chosen is just the soaring background vocals. Oh my god, they just add so much to the entire experience. It's just a really great ending. Once again, I'm noticing that a lot of these clips are from the very ending of songs. Maybe that's a strategic songwriting choice that people do to make you want to listen again, which is also something I said earlier. But yeah, this moment is just incredible. This song is incredible. The album's incredible. I think most people have heard it by now. And yeah, here's the clip I'm talking about. So for my next pick, I have Close to the Edge by Yes. Well, it's a super long title because there's a bunch of different sections in this one song, but it's from the album Close to the Edge. It's the title track from 1972. So I have to be honest, this might be my favorite song of all time. I've just never heard something so incredible. There's just so many sections to it that are all maybe even better than the last one. For this specific section that I've chosen here, it's very important to hear the whole song, because you hear how that section, the seasons will pass you by, I get up, I get down, reprises, and it repeats throughout the song, each time getting more impactful. And just the ending, if you listen to the whole song, the 18 whatever minutes, it is so worth it whenever you get to the end. It might be just the most amazing conclusion I've ever heard. It's an easy 100 out of 100 for me. I mean, I could have probably chosen the big organ moment, just masterful songwriting. And here's a clip that I'm talking about. All right, for my last pick here, let's totally turn things around. Let's go to 2001 for Slipknot's Disaster Piece off of their landmark album, Iowa. So this song I have a lot of history with. It's definitely helped me through a lot of hard times. Everyone has that one song that's helped them tremendously, either just connecting to it emotionally or just being a very cathartic song. And this song might be the definition of catharsis. Everything that he's saying will probably connect very well to someone who's in this type of situation, type of hopeless, desperate situation, but hopefully people don't take it the extreme way. This part is just the breakdown of the song. Well, it's the first time they do the breakdown. Later on, they come back to the breakdown, which is pretty great. But I just love this first build up here with the one guitar leading it on the one side and the drums following it perfectly with the rhythm. And then just when it kicks in, it's just so great when it kicks in with the double kick. Joey Jordison, rest in peace, on the double kick just the whole time. And then he eventually breaks it down to more of a halftime thing, but it still works just as well over the whole breakdown. I especially love, the pinch harmonics in the breakdown and the little bit of tremolo picking in there. It's just great. And then they ended off with a little interlude that they used to go back into the breakdown, which you might hear a little small part of in this clip. But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite Slipknot songs. It's one of my favorite moments of any Slipknot song. It's very cathartic, something you can really connect to and hopefully use to get bad emotions out. And yeah, here's the clip that I'm talking about. Alright, so as the rest of the song plays out here, this is the first video in one of my new series. I'm starting probably a bunch of them because I have a whole lot of ideas I want to do. Probably going to try to put out at least a video a week if I can, maybe every 2 weeks. But yeah, this is part 1 of the 10 of my favorite minutes in music. Let me know what you thought about this one. I'll probably make another one pretty soon. Maybe within the next month, I'll post another one. Also, coming decently soon is going to be a Beatles deep dive. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.